We are aware that the co-founder of Unity, Charles Fillmore, wrote a powerful book, and if you don't have this book in your collection, I invite you to add it to your personal library, titled The 12 Powers of Man. And in this book, he talks about the 12 spiritual faculties of mind, suggesting that when we bring these spiritual faculties into alignment, they will begin to work for us. They are symbolic of the 12 disciples of the master teacher Jesus. Jesus had 12 disciples with him. We have 12 disciples within us, which aligns with the chakra system as well. For the month of June, we are acknowledging the 6th faculty, and that is the faculty of imagination. So let's affirm imagination 3 times together. Imagination. Imagination. Oh, come on, make it big. Imagination. Oh, use your hands, your arms, come on. Imagination. Oh, that was beautiful. The disciple that corresponds with this spiritual faculty of imagination is Bartholomew. And for those of you who are born in the month of June, this is a disciple of faculty that you can work with that will work for you. The color that we have attached to this spiritual faculty is light blue, powder blue, or sky blue. So you will see shades of blue here all month, and we encourage you to carry something or wear something in this color theme to remind you of the spiritual faculty that you have. If you place your finger here between your eyes, this is your imagination faculty. This is your imagination center. And if life ever gets cloudy or you can't see your way, just take your finger and moving clockwise, just stir that energy, open it up. Because sometimes this chakra, this faculty gets blocked. And you know, it gets stagnant. So we have to open that energy, stir the energy, and allow it to expand that we may see clearly and create from our ability to see that which we desire in our life, world, and affairs. Imagination is also called the scissors of the mind. The scissors we use to cut out things in life, but you can use the scissors of your mind, the imagination, to cut out of what Dr. Catherine Ponder calls universal substance. To cut out of substance that which we desire. And whether you're conscious of it or not, we are always using our power of imagination, and whatever we are experiencing to some degree in our life is a result of the images that we have cut out of universal substance. Uh-oh. In keeping with this faculty of the month, we're launching a new series. It's called the Dream Series. In an effort to help us up-level our consciousness, our awareness of that divine plan, the divine dream, divine idea for each of our lives. And in keeping with this theme, today, for the next few minutes, we'll talk about the power of dreams. How many of you consider yourself to be a dreamer? Not just at night when you rest the body and close your eyes, and I know that we dream, but you are a dreamer. Come on. You anticipate, you look beyond what's showing up in your life. You look beyond the situations and circumstances in your life, and you began to create a new reality for yourself. Dreamers are peculiar people. Oh, yes, we are. I know I'm peculiar, so you don't have to tell me. And I have news for you. I also know that I am not the only peculiar person in here today. All peculiar people, raise your hand, make a little noise. Yes, you are peculiar. You are too. You know, I was told, well, Jack, you're special. I didn't understand it. So I know now what they meant. Special. I know I'm not the only special somebody in here. You special people, raise your hand again. Special meaning that you are peculiar. And as dreamers, we are peculiar. We talk about stuff that makes no sense to the average mind. We see things that makes absolutely no sense to the average eye, to the physical eye. We hear things. We enter a world just like you artists. All of you artists, raise your hand. I love watching. You artists, how can you explain it? You take this canvas, this blank canvas, and all of these shades of paint, and you begin to create using your power of imagination. Friends, it is an extraordinary gift, tool that we have been given to help bring into demonstration and manifestation, fruition, the deep desires of our soul. As we talk about dreams, I'm just not talking about, just idle thinking and that wishful thinking. I'm speaking of dreams in the context of the deep desire of the soul to have, to do, to be, to acquire something of significant importance. Deep desire. It's almost at a cellular level. You just cannot explain it, but there's something on the inside that is seeking expression, and at times we cannot find peace until we say yes to it. How many of you have had a dream to come true? How many of you, thank you, have had a dream that you worked on, and because it did not happen in the time frame that you established for the dream, you put it on the back burner, and that dream is still waiting on you to bring it to manifestation? How many of you have at least one dream that you're waiting to manifest? Thank you for your honesty here. Friends, as we understand in the teachings of unity, that desire, D-E-S-I-R-E, means of the Father. But hear it in this context. It means that it is the Spirit, the great Spirit. It is life itself. Can you just tap on the, those of you who are seated on the very, the first seat, tap on the wood part of your pew. Come on. The desire, can you hear that? Yeah, that's good. Desire it is life knocking, tapping on the door of your soul, saying, will you open up and allow me to bring this expression of good forth and through your life? It's just not something that we're cooking up. It's a part of destiny and part of the plan. As we consider the power of dreams, I invite you to write down this one question during this series. Ask yourself, what is my deepest desire today? What is my deepest? I'm not talking about, not the desire, that surface stuff. Not for, I desire to go to, where? To the beach. No, the deepest desire. What is my deepest desire today? Not yesterday. I mean, there are some desires that you might have had yesterday, a year or so ago, that it may not apply today. You may not want that thing. Have you ever prayed and you decreed something, you wanted something so badly and you got it, and then you didn't want what you got? You desired, I really want this. And I've had people to do that. I better not share that. I really have. I've had people to, pray that I'll get this mate. Pray, please, Reverend, please pray that I'll get my mate. And I prayed, okay, are you ready for it? Yeah, I truly desire, my life would be so much better. And I have prayed with people and prayed, affirmed with them and for them, and they got their mate. But then they came back praying, pray, Reverend Jack, please. I don't want it anymore. I just don't, I got it, I don't want it. I'm like, you don't want to do the work that it takes to keep it. Yeah, I know. Desire. As we consider dreams, is something I want to share with you. It says, the question was asked, the question was once asked of a highly successful businessman. Sir, how have you done so much in your lifetime? The man replied, I have dreamed. I have turned my mind loose to imagine all that I wanted to do, be, and have. Then I have gone to bed and thought about my dreams. In the night I dreamt about my dreams, and when I awoke in the morning, I saw the way to make my dreams a reality. While other people were saying, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's impossible. I was well on my way to achieving what I wanted. And Woodrow Wilson, the 28th President of the United States, said, we grow great by dreams. All big men are dreamers. And then we're not talking about big in, physical size. All big men, women, consciousness, big in the ability to believe beyond what we can see. Friends, catch this nugget this morning. Consciousness must always be accommodated. Well, Jack, what are you talking about? The consciousness, your awareness of the good that you desire, will eventually change the environment to accommodate the good that you want. Ernest Holmes, as I often state, the writer of The Science of Mind, it's a wonderful book. He says, your consciousness, all of nature will begin to conspire on your behalf to produce your freedom as you establish the consciousness for that which you desire. Joel Goldsmith says, consciousness is what I am. Friends, we are called in working with this power of the dreams, we are called to use the spiritual faculty of imagination to give the dreams shape and form. Now, how many of you have ever journeyed in your dreams? I mean, really journeyed. You've asked, we call it astral travel. Some of you came to Hawaii in your dream before your body got here. Did you not? Have you ever visited another space and place in your dream? I believe that it's in that state that we are really experiencing reality. I think this is the illusion. But when we settle the conscious mind, because, you know, the conscious mind is governed by 5 senses, by our sense nature. It makes sense of things. It's the reasoning mind, the rationalizing mind. It gathers information. It's the gatherer. And it's always forming opinions and conclusions. But if we can captivate the conscious mind and get the idea of the desire to the subconscious, then creation begins. I recall as a child watching and growing up in Camden, Tennessee. I know I've shared this. The rule of Camden, Tennessee, we had no street lights. The only light that we had at night, when there was a full moon and the stars at night. The closest neighbor was about maybe a quarter of a mile away, half mile away. And I remember, because we had two programs, you know, the old school, big floor model television, black and white. And we only got 2 stations, ABC and PBS. And 2 of my favorite shows would come on ABC. The one of, you know, that Southern family that right out of Mississippi, I believe, who made their way to Beverly Hills. Y'all don't know the family. Beverly Hillbillies. I know I'm not the only one. I used to love Beverly Hillbillies. I used to love watching the simple family holding an idea. I know it's television, but I believe all of that, you know, all of that can help to shape and inform what you desire to bring forth into manifestation and fruition. Everything becomes a tool. And I would watch that show, and I watched how Granny and Jethro, and Ellie Mae and Jed Clampett made their way to Beverly Hills, and they experienced such lavish abundance. And you know, as a child, I wanted to get to Beverly Hills, and I made up my mind. I'm going to go to Beverly Hills. And then my other show would come on. My other favorite show would come on, you know, after Love Boat, Charlie's Angels, and that gentleman standing in that white debonair suit. And you know, this is why I wear white here in paradise. And he would say to his guests, "Oh, welcome to paradise." And his sidekick, Ralph, Tattoo, would be ringing the bell. The plan. Fantasy Island. Y'all don't know Fantasy Island? Oh my goodness, you're so young. And I would watch Fantasy Island, and I wanted to experience life on the island. I'm a living witness that dreams do come true if you know what to do, friend. When I first moved to California, I moved right to Beverly Hills, and today my cell number is still a Beverly Hills number. So when I call in, it is Beverly Hills calling. And then here I am living in Hawaii. How about that? It is no secret what life can do, what God can do if we got to give God something to work with. And what we give life to work with is the energy of our mind. It is the faith of our heart and the ability to imagine life beyond what's showing up. When we work that power of imagination, we begin to give our dreams shape and form. 3 very essential things that we can do in dream manifestation. The first thing, set a goal. Set your intention. Set it. What is the deepest desire today? What do you desire today? Then write it out. You heard Dr. King mention last week, write out the idea. Write out the idea. It gives your conscious mind focus. It helps your conscious mind to focus. And when you write it out, the second step is to attach images to it. I love working vision boards and treasure maps. How many of you have ever done treasure maps or vision boards? You go and get publications, magazines, articles, and begin to cut out images. Catherine Ponder talks about this, the creative process, the creative law of prosperity. When you cut out images of the desire that's in your heart, you attach it to the board, and then take it a step further. Give that image a voice. I used to record on cassette tapes. I don't know what you'll do now. Yeah, on the phone. Yeah, on the phone. You can, oh, thank you. You can use your phone. Record your own voice, affirming that which you desire. The master teacher says, my sheep, and this is important, you got to attach your voice. The master teacher says, my sheep knows my voice, and a stranger they will not follow. That the voice of God, the voice of Spirit speaks through your voice, your highest voice. And in hearing that, you attach the voice to this idea, your voice to the dream, and then you work that third principle of dream manifestation. You do what the Reverend Frederick Eichencoder calls, you fake it till you make it. Act as if it is right now. If it is desire, if it's health and wholeness, oh, okay. That's all right. Just a little bit. We're going to get there. Keep it. You get in the feeling of it. Act as if it's healing and wholeness that you desire. Act like you're healthy and whole right now. Well, what does that feel? Act like, oh, I'm healthy. I'm whole. Maybe this side of the body isn't, but if this hand is all right, well, this hand is healthy and this hand is whole. If it's prosperity and greater sense of flow of money and abundance, act like you are already. What you do is you activate the law, the multiplying action of the universe through your own ability to move the energy. And when you start moving towards your desire, you know what happens? Your desire starts moving towards you. The home that you're looking for is looking for you. The relationship that you're looking for is looking for you. The business that you're looking for is looking for you. The book that you're looking for, it's looking for you. The house is looking for you. The job, the car, everything is looking for you. That's the power of the dreams. Back in 1973, there was a group. Oh, you know the group. Good group. Gladys Knight and the Pips. They produced an album that became a top hit titled Imagination. And one of their best songs on that album, I've never tried it, but if you know it, I think I better use my imagination to think of good reasons to keep on keeping on. Got to make the best of a bad situation. Ever since that day, I had to stop and pray. I guess I better use my imagination to think of a good reason